How you doing? My name is John, and welcome to Addiction. Today we have Vincent, Davion, and Jeremiah. We're all going to be talking today about agencies and the trial and errors and second chances and the big up of becoming sober, but trying to find that new transition to a new life, which can be very, very difficult, and many people struggle with that, which took them right back to the addiction they knew. So let's talk a little bit about that. How you guys doing?
We're doing well.
Yeah, very fine.
Very fine.
Very fine.
So, based on what I just said, that you guys have all gone through addiction, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Did you guys struggle with all this stuff?
So, I mean, at first, addiction's always kind of like one of those things that doesn't really feel like a struggle at first, right? When you first start, before you even realize you're actually in addiction, it kind of seems like it's fun, right? I feel like you've got some power. Feels like I got this attitude and this perspective of I got this, like this is cool. Like, life is taking on a whole new meaning today. I have arrived kind of feeling. But I mean, as it progresses, definitely, and it's a slow progression. It's kind of like getting kicked by rabbits. You know what I'm saying? I wish it was over before it actually happens. But by the time that it starts to progress to that level, I mean, yeah, it's a struggle. I would say, though, the hardest thing about that struggle is the obsession, man, and not feeling like there's anything that could be done about it, not knowing there's avenues out, because, a lot of people want help, but they don't know how to get the help or where the help is at. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. You guys have the same feelings or anything different?
Similar on that. I remember the moment that I realized I was addicted, right? And I wasn't able to identify that myself. There was somebody that had to tell me. I was at work, and I was coming down off these pills I'd been taking for a while. And my manager had to break it down. She said, "You're addicted. Whatever you've been taking, you go take more of those, or you're going to get really sick." And it was at that moment that everything just kind of went out the window. I said, "Well, I'm already hooked on this substance. I may as well go get hooked on more." And but if you don't know that there is resources out there, they're hard to obtain. But you don't know what you don't know, I guess.
Okay.
I was in that vicious cycle of addiction for a long time. Like, I was an addict and wouldn't recognize it. Wouldn't even turn my head towards the truth, you know what I mean? I was headed nowhere fast, and it took me a long time to identify my issues to even go get some help. Like, asking for help was something that I never wanted to do because I was living a closet lifestyle, you know what I mean? But once I took those steps, I was like totally open and honest, but it took a long time to even do that, you know what I mean?
Okay. Now, you mentioned resources. I've heard that. Resources was a big one, and that's a huge, huge topic. So what was the resource you couldn't find? Is there a reason why you couldn't find resources?
Here's the thing. So they say there's no middle-of-the-road solution, right, in the program I'm in. And for a while, for my entire life up until just recently, I tried to live that. And there was help, but not the help that I felt I needed or I could utilize, right? Like, I guess I didn't know the people to ask, right? And only recently have I learned about those resources, right? Here in Vegas, we're super blessed because the resource community here is massive. The recovery community is super huge. Like, only up until this last year do I know where to go for what I need, what help for. There's different kinds of housing programs. There's harm reduction programs. There's clothing programs. There's food if you need it. But if you, like I said, if you don't know, you don't know. You're not sure what avenue to take.
Right. Okay.
I would say, being maladjusted to the lifestyle. My necessities were very low. The bar was low. I didn't really have to worry about food too much. I would either get my food from stealing or food stamps. Living in a tent, kind of like nomadic lifestyle, you see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I didn't really know what I needed. My first kind of exposure into receiving resources was through the court system. This was in Arizona too, and I was in a small town.
Arizona's tough too.
Yeah, I was in a small town in Arizona, and there was like no detox centers necessarily. The only access to these resources was to have done a crime, and they're putting you into this place, into a sober living home. That was my first time, and it was very limited there. Now, Nevada, here in Vegas, there's a lot of resources, but being adjusted to that lifestyle in a small town in a place where there wasn't many resources, I had no idea that things existed like detox facilities and housing paid through insurance and stuff like, because insurance is different in every state. So yeah, that was my first time being exposed to those types of resources with housing, treatment, IOP, outpatient, partial hospitalization patient, all of these terms, receiving these services, I started to learn, but that was through the court system. So I didn't think that it was possible to access resources without committing a crime. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, wow, okay.
Right, so I had no idea. I thought it was for...
It's like building a big book that you don't need to build.
Exactly. So I had no idea. I thought, okay, this is a place where criminals go to, right, exclusively. I didn't know it was just for, like, addiction. You see what I'm saying? I thought it was just the place where they threw all the people for court and stuff. I had no idea, like, you could just access this and be like, hey, I'm willing to go in. I need help and stuff. I didn't know that. So that was kind of like something I had to get past and something I had to learn, too. Like, hey, I don't have to commit crimes to access these resources. I could just show up and start engaging into the recovery community and, getting out of myself and being open to say, hey, I need help, which is kind of a hard thing, too, because I see all these people that I can identify with and when they're speaking, like, hey, yeah, I did that same thing, too. But it's hard to ask because it's like, it seems like those people, there's something different about them. Like, something's working for them that I can't understand, even though I'm identifying with what they're saying. Their life looks so good and big and shiny that I feel like, how could I ever obtain that? There's no way that could be for me. Like, there must be talking about somebody else, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely a barrier.
What do the resources work?
Well, the resources worked for me, but I never like even dug into looking into resources or a way out until I was in jail and I had a moment of clarity and I wasn't around these vicious circles that I was around that was like dope minded, what I mean? Alcohol fueled, you know what I'm saying? And I've been to prison 5 times. I've been to jail a lot more times than that. And when you in those situations, you hear 1 or 2 programs or ways to get clean. But if that's not on your mind, if that's not what you fully trying to do, you're not gonna go that way. No matter if they're there to pick you up, it's like you be headed nowhere fast and running right back out to the same vicious cycle that you was in. You know what I mean? Like, I was a slave to alcohol and drugs. I was a slave to gambling. I was a slave to that lifestyle and didn't know it until I got into this program and I started going through therapy, you know what I mean, sitting down in groups and opening up and expressing my feelings. Because, like I said, I live a closet lifestyle. I stay to myself. I didn't really talk to people, you know what I'm saying? But I had to get out of that. And once I found out, okay, I was matter of fact, I was in CCDC for like 10 days. And I was sitting there, I was talking to myself like, man, I had enough of that. Like, I know it's something else I can do. And then I was at court and I heard people saying they were going to a program or a program was there to interview them. And I had one time I had got like drug court, but I refused to like stay at the place where I was at. I was like still thinking about them old people, places, and things that I was wrapped up in because that was the only thing keeping me going at the time as far as money, housing, and food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So this time I had a moment of clarity. I had to think about some stuff. I lost some people due to drugs, family members, friends, and it was just like it started weighing heavy on me, like as far as grief, mentally, on my heart, on my soul. And they were gonna let me go from jail, and I told my public defender, I'm like, man, I need some help. He's like, what are you talking about? We're going to let you go right now. I said, man, I need some help, man. I'm on drugs, man. Like, I don't want to go back to that. And he said, man, we're going to see if we can get you some help. You know, and they came and interviewed me. And I started taking the appropriate steps when I got.
So you took the step forward, though. Like you said, listen, you're about to let me go. I'm on drugs. This is a bad idea. I need help.
Right.
Like you went above and beyond for yourself.
Right, because, like, you know, I was looking in the mirror mentally.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But how many people do that, though? How many people actually do? You know, that's the thing. You know, everybody wants help. There's a lot of help out here. The problem is, and let's talk about agencies real quick. Let's just jump on agencies.
Okay.
I think agencies are a big issue right now because no one knows who to trust as far as an agency goes. When I train people and staff and stuff like that, I always tell people, look, people can't see through themselves, but they'll know they can see through you.
Right.
If you're fake, they're going to know it.
Right.
Right? I have other people that complain about, like, case management. It's a big one. My case manager doesn't care. I talk to my case manager. I'm in there for a few minutes. Nothing happened. I don't know what's going on. You can't get an answer from a client. To me, that's a bad thing. Like, when you see a case manager say, oh, yeah, we did this, this, and this. Next week, I'm in a meeting with her again to do these other things, too.
Right.
But you don't hear that very often.
Right.
For me, that just tells me that you're kind of steering people in another direction that they should not be going into. If you can't get help from people you're supposed to trust, you're only going to trust the one thing that you dove into.
Right.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So for me, is how with these agencies, what has to change? I mean, could you, if you guys have gone through agencies and you've seen probably the good and the bad, you know, what has to change?
I think there has to be some sort of like itinerary checklist, right? Like vital documents is also is a thing, right? Resources for food. They got the clothing, hygiene, employment, job skills. How, you know, those are kind of like the base things to cover.
Yeah.
And I can understand there's like a big caseload sometimes with people, but I feel like it has to be, I mean, I hate to be a one size fits all, but for those types of resources and those like bare necessities, that has to be like every point has to be addressed. And I feel like case management has this this like model where they kind of get to incorporate their own things, but they miss a lot of those, like the vital documents, and a lot of people slip through the cracks, and they're not looking at like maybe a checklist or something. They're just kind of trying to do it off the fly by memory or something. And that's what I've seen from my experience. Case management, kind of, there's a lot of people that slip through the cracks, man, and they don't address every single point to every single client. But every client has an individual need, right? So there's different things that people need, but there has to be like a base where everyone is getting this particular service no matter what. And then also the receptiveness of the client. Are they voicing the things that they need? Do they even know what they need? Kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if they don't ask, they're not going to say anything. And a lot of case managers, with the information that they know, they're not being resourceful and guiding these people. Like, hey, you know what? They didn't mention that. Maybe I should let them know that this is something that they can get. You know, if they say it, because maybe they don't know about it, right? Like you were saying, if you don't know what you don't need, you're not going to get it.
You know what I think it is? Like, you see how we got different people on the panel today. As far as institutions and resources and different programs, I think it's a communication thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whenever, you know, people come to programs, they get evaluated. You know what I'm saying? They see they see what they need, and I think they need to evaluate a little further and see, okay, well, we got these staff members who I think would best identify or work for this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, because somebody might open up to you better than they open up to me, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's a big thing right there. If it's nobody that you feel safe with, or you feel open and honest with to communicate with, you won't probably get the help you need, because you're going to shy away from them people. Oh, man, here come that guy. You know what I mean? Because it'd be hard for people to be like really open and honest with you and willing to open up about their feelings with you, because they haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not no overnight thing. It take time, you know.
No, and I agree with that. I think, with me being in this, with the field, communication's huge.
Yeah.
What's frustrating with communication, though, I will tell you this: with case managers I've supervised, and I've been a case manager, when you have food resources and jobs and everything, their vital docs and all that stuff, and you have expectations they have to follow through on, and they don't follow through on, what do? When you say, hey, found some food for you, you have to go pick it up on this day, take it home so you have some food, I got some other food resources for you throughout the week to keep you going, right? Well, I can't pick it up, I got no ride. Okay, there's a storyline. Now you got to get a job so you can become independent because housing is temporary. Housing's a big thing, right? Housing's temporary. So when you say there's housing, and you go, okay, well, there's this job. He goes, oh, it's too far, man. I don't ride the bus like that.
That's a you problem. That's
okay,
right. Yeah,
but you see the communication thing.
Yeah,
right.
So now you have those people that go, hey, man, like you, I'm gonna go above and beyond. Yo, I need some help. And the ones that go, hey, man, you got to put me in the back of the limo and take me.
That's why I say, as far as the communication, sometimes you be like, hey, man, we'll call Davion. You know what I'm saying? Or it's always somebody that's willing to help somebody. That's that being of service.
Right. We're all connected.
And you're right.
And
Davion does a lot of things for the community. He really does, by his own choice.
Right.
And a lot of people do. But the thing is this, though: how do you become independent if you can't call somebody?
For me, it was getting a sponsor. You know, like, it's always these directions and suggestions that we get, but people got to be willing to take them. You only can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. You know what I'm saying?
That's something that I've learned. Like, people that are willing to help themselves, I'll bend over backwards to help. If I show they're putting forth that effort, I'll do whatever I can when I can, as long as it doesn't hurt myself, you know? But as going back to these treatment centers, right? The illusion, I'm fortunate enough to work in treatment, and like some of these things I'm starting to see, like the illusion is outstanding that they put. You know what I mean? Like on paper, it looks really good. It looks really good on paper, right? They're getting the checklist done. You all right? Go get this. Oh, we ordered this for you. You got your vital docs coming in. But then things pop up, like the DMV was shut down last month, right? So people to get their ID appointments are pushed out a month and a half.
IDs.
So and you said housing is temporary.
It is. It's like 60, 90 days.
So they're trying to get
Most cases.
extensions to keep these guys in there because they can't get jobs because they don't have their IDs, and it seems like it's dominoes, right? It's a domino effect. It's just one thing after another, and we're trying our best to help these guys, but they got to be willing to pick up the slack on their own.
You know, and that's interesting you said that. When I had Will last week in here, he said the same thing about housing too. And vital docs are a problem, and it's true. I mean, if you try to get your document, here's the thing: they expect you, and this is where I get lost. I know we're going agency to housing, but this is where I get lost in it. Housing is a wonderful thing to help you transition, to know that you can become independent, go from shared living to an independent living, right? But they want you to have every documentation, have a full-time job with the money to become independent within 60 to 90 days.
Yeah, it's like a crash course.
It is a crash course.
It's pretty fast too. It comes quick, but it's still a hand up nonetheless.
It is, but now here it makes it even worse. In order to have housing, you got to be compliant with care. So now you're in groups 3 times a week, and you got to see a therapist and a case manager throughout the whole week. So at what point, what do you do? Because most employers, like, oh, you use? Oh, I got to do this soon with your schedule? I'll get the next guy.
Right.
You see, that makes it real tough. So for me, when guys, well, I'm about to be homeless, people freak out. What's the first thing they do? They drink something or use something.
That's what they know.
That's all they know. I'm back on the street anyway, right? This is a great 3 months. But it doesn't work that way. So for me, I think there should be an extension of time for housing for those doing the work.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. I'm a big guy. I tell them, look, guys, I'll work for you if you work for yourself.
Yes.
That's my line right there, man. And
if you give a guy who hasn't done anything, hasn't done anything, not getting out there, loves the couch,
Right.
ain't going to care,
Right.
okay, and he's got 3 months. In a month in, he's like, I don't give a shit. Well, my thing is, we need to take him out. There's 2 months you put on the back burner. This is the way I would control it. 2 months you put on the back burner. Those 2 months are available for those working, doing their thing to become independent.
it's a little motivation there.
100%.
Yep.
So you have more time on the back end for doing the work. That's what should be happening, because you cannot tell somebody to do all that work to put them on the street.
Right.
Because they're going to come right back. So now, am I going to save money by taking the ones out that are not doing the work, who don't care, just want a roof over their head for the moment, right? And then put my time towards those who are working to become independent. Would I save money as an insurance company, not paying for the ones not using and the ones that are?
So you kind of delegate who's walking the walk.
Right.
100%.
I feel like that create a good dynamic too.
100%.
I haven't heard that idea before. I like that.
100%. So now you think about it, just like jail time. If you guys have been to jail, listen, if you have good time served, you get out a little early, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's okay.
Okay? But if I'm shanking everybody in the prison, I'm not getting out early.
No.
No.
Okay? So that's how this
No,
works.
sir.
Yeah.
Right? That's how this works.
Absolutely.
So this is the same way housing should go.
Right.
It's the same way it should go. If it goes that way, you will have more of a drive of success with the clientele that you want to complain about.
And the clients would know about this prior to.
100%.
That's a good piece of motivation right there, because a lot of these guys that don't have any jail time or any papers over their head with no motivation, it's like the entitlement that they have. Like, oh, this is
really
my
quick.
insurance. I get this. I earn this. This is
entitled to
my
this,
spot. I
yeah.
can do whatever I want with it, right? And then there's no solution, man. There's
Right.
no solution. But having that, like, you know, the little carrot right there, hey guys, this is obtainable, and then having guys going through it, being successful in it, and then the people behind them watching the guys having success in it, that's going to be appealing. Like, hey dude, it is obtainable. And
Heck
they're gonna
yeah.
follow suit.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Listen, you go to court and they go, hey, you can appeal.
Yeah.
They get excited and shit. I'm appealing. I know. I got another chance.
Yeah.
I'm appealing.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can appeal all day long.
Appeal, man.
No matter what happens, you can appeal all day long. The difference is, this is the one thing that would work, though.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're good in prison, you get out early. If you do your job, you do what you're supposed to do while you're on the transition, you get more on top of your cake.
Man, that's huge. I've never heard. That's
Yeah.
such a good idea, because I've been in a lot of situations where, like, the 90-day deal,
Right.
and there's
90
none.
days, make it work.
Yeah, they're like, you got 90 days, and then like
And
you
compliant
gotta
with care.
obtain this stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go find a job? I've been here for 4 days. Where am I supposed to?
Exactly.
4 days. What do you
Right,
mean?
right.
Okay. You know, so there's a lot of things on the table that don't work, that no one's looking at.
Right.
Okay, so me, I'm a very observant person. I look at everybody's guideline. I had many people that did so well with sobriety, bro. I was so proud.
Yeah.
And then they come walk through the door. I mean, what the fuck are you doing back there?
happened?
What's going on? You know, what's going on? He goes, well, man, I went to the housing program. I got a job and everything else. I couldn't afford independent living. They put me on the street. The only thing I know how to do is what I used to do to make money, man. I got caught up. Right back to it. Now you're back at square one. Nobody putting in the work should be back at square one.
Not at all.
I think it's a connection issue, man, because it's some people look at it as a one and done deal, like recovery. Like, I'm just gonna put the
It's
Band-Aid on
never
it,
a
let
one
it
and done,
heal.
ever.
Right. So it's like they go into a program, and the idea is like, okay, just get a job, get a car, you know, and that equals success. But it's more than that. It's like purpose. It's community. It's a community thing. It's a connection thing. So if you're just chasing the job and the car and the place afterwards, and you're not connected into the community, and you're not finding a purpose within the community, you're left either isolated or hanging out with the same old people you're hanging out with, and trying to be like, hey, look at me now, and that whole display and shit. It's like, it's not working, you know. So it's like having a connection into the community is, I feel like, is really important too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's another thing, too. I think, you know, communication has to be honest, too. You know, John, I need your help. All right, what's up? Couldn't tie my shoe this morning, man. It sucks. That's not the problem. Clearly, that's not the problem. You're not in my office because your shoe couldn't get tied.
Right.
Right,
It's bigger than
Okay? I've heard some weird shit. Okay? But the thing is like, what's going on? Did you use? Oh, nah, not really. You hear not really a lot. What the hell's not really? Did you sniff it through the wrapper? Or did you just funnel it around like Play-Doh? What did you do? You know, so people try to lie to me because they don't, you know, when the big thing is, I've been told, they say, John, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want you just, you know, upset. I heard it a lot. Let me tell you something. I'm upset that you're not telling me.
Right.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be upset. I may be disappointed, but disappointment can be fixed. So tell me. You see what I mean? Look, if you come out to go, hey, John, you know what? Yeah, man, it was a fucking party and shit like that. I fucking used, bro. You was there. I just could not walk away. And I don't know why I couldn't walk away. I fucking used, bro. Cool, sit down. That's it. Cool, sit down. Because what you just told me was, I don't give a fuck that you used. I want to know why you couldn't walk away.
Right.
Right.
Because if you could walk away, you wouldn't have used.
Right. for
You want to
solutions.
you want to dissect what's happening, not just go, oh my God, you use, holy shit, why are you using?
Right.
I hate that
What's
shit.
really going on?
What's going on? Why did you
Yeah.
use? What's triggering your thought process where you can't walk away? But a lot of agencies, when you go and you tell them, oh, I did meth on Sunday and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they go, well, why would you use meth? What kind of dumbass question is that?
Right.
I know why they used it. They used it before. I know what the answer is. And they go, well, okay, so you use. Why did you use? Give me the story of why you used. You use is done. If I drug test, you're going to pop. I don't give a shit about drug testing. You already told me. So why did you use? What is going on? Is there a trigger? Is something happening in your life that you have not told me that we need to talk about so we can get away with this shit now?
Mm-hmm.
Because most people don't tell a story. They just tell their fuck up.
Right.
If you really think about it. Guy uses his phone on camera. I don't know.
Sorry,
So-
I turned off the alarm.
He needs some help, man.
He needs some help.
I had it on vibrate.
Service
The
call.
alarm trumps the vibrate. Sorry.
So, but you see, there's a story. With no story and just a fuck up, I can't fix a fuck up. I can't. There's signs for that shit. I bought it. I own it. Okay? What is the story? And an agency doesn't ask the story. Do you know
No.
why they don't ask the story?
This could be long.
Because
I
it could
feel
hurt.
like-
No, if it's long, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know why it's a good thing if it's long? So I get the bill on you all day long. It's a payday.
Yeah.
But if I say, oh, you fucked up, you use, okay, let's just go to the week. I want you to see me one more time this week. Even if you came in this week, come in one more time. And then next week I need to see you twice. And then I gotta have you go to this group now because you use. Everything's a bill.
It all boils down to the almighty dollar.
It's all a
I'm
bill.
seeing that, yes.
But if I get your story and I fix your story and you help fix yourself in your story and you become not a lifer to my agency, you get to move on. I can't bill for you, right? Because you moved on.
Right.
Ain't that some shit?
Whoa, yeah, I see that. I can see that.
They're
Okay.
trying to keep you locked in.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these agencies, when I look at them, they remind me of like pharmaceutical companies, right? You can cure a disease, but I get more money just treating it even if you die. And for me, I've always thought this way in a positive manner with agencies because there is too much trouble to hold people in. If you leave, I got 5 coming through the door that need help, right? You leave 5 more. You leave 5 more. What am I missing? You know, just like in dope dealing, right? If you're a dope dealer and one of your people dies, you got 10 at the door that want to use. So I mean,
They want
what are
that.
you losing? So for me, it's you have to fix people's stories. Don't talk about what they use. Talk about their story. If you fix them, and I tell all of my clientele when they talk to me, I don't want a lifer. I don't ever want to keep seeing you. I will tell you that to your face. Some people go, wow, that's kind of fucked up. No, it's not, because I don't need to keep filling for you. I need you to fix your life. I
Right.
want to see you in life when you walk by me in your new car, you're shopping.
Yeah.
Life is good, man. How you been? Good, man. You know what? Oh, life is great, man. I appreciate everything you did. Cool, man. Keep living your life.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't
Right.
want to keep billing you.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's-
That's the way it should be.
It's a way it should be, and it's not.
Right. I think it has to do a lot with I'm gonna say like because I'm a big advocate for AA and stuff and spirituality. So
Well, you do groups at the home too, right?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's like getting to identify the issue, like when other people are speaking their truths and their story, and like me as a person early in recovery able to identify that. That's like a little glimmer of faith. Like, okay, if that guy's life is pretty good right now, and they drank and used the way I drink and use, maybe there's some hope for me after all. And that's kind of like this dynamic that creates by getting honest, right? Like you're saying about honesty.
Mhm.
So being able to get honest about my drug problem. Initially, me saying, hey, I have a problem, right? It's when I'm getting honest about my using or drug use or alcoholism or whatever it is your deal is. That's me initially saying, hey, I got a problem. I want to address it. I need help. But people don't see it as that. They see it as like, oh, I'm telling on myself, right? That's bad. Punishment. I'm going to be punished, right? Because I did something bad,
100%.
right? So it's not shocking today. Like, you know, it's not shocking that alcoholic or drug addict wants to drink or use, you know. But they don't see that. They've been treated as like this is a bad thing. You're bad. You're drunk. You're an addict. you're going to be punished. We're going to put you in jail. Oh, you have to do these classes, right? There's no growth from it. They feel like it's a punishing thing. Like I know people out there homeless and they want to receive services, and the first thing they're like, oh, I got to do classes, huh? You gotta
do work.
I have to. You're telling me I can get all these resources, free housing, clothes, food. Oh, but I gotta go to classes. It's the craziest thing. But it's the people have been desensitized to it. It's good, and it's the people that are not doing the work and they're not putting a thorough effort into actually engaging into this with the right mindset. So yeah, honesty is a big part of it, man.
Now, how screwed up is that? Think about what you just said. I gotta do classes. I gotta do work.
Right.
So let's say you come to see me, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't want to do this shit today.
Yeah.
We got a fucking appointment, right? So I'm like, you come in.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah.
We hear it a lot.
And you walk in, you go, hey, man, I'm here, John. Oh, okay, I'm glad to see you, David. How you doing? How you doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Everything good? Not using it? Oh, yeah, not using everything's great, man. Everything's good. All right, cool, man. I'll see you next week. All right, cool. And I just built an hour for no bullshit.
Yeah.
But I can get away with that? And you can't just keep living and grow?
Right. Surface level stuff.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. This is a lot of things. That's like a surgeon. My buddy Brandon over here, he works UMC. There's a lot of surgeons. Could your guy imagine charging you thousands of dollars and he makes like one little cut and he goes, well, he's got red blood in there, just glue it. We're done. And no surgery happens? Just kick him
Right.
up. You can't do that.
And that's
You can't do that.
on. That's what's going on.
You can't do. You got to do the work. You got to do the work.
Just passing through.
All right? Listen, I'm telling you. Look, you see his face. He wants to say some shit right now. So the thing is, you have to do the work. And there's probably a lot of things you probably could say, and you probably shouldn't say it right now. But the thing is, look, you have to do the work. I do not, and I hate to say this, and I really hate to say this, I do not believe in many agencies out here in Vegas at all. I don't. I think that when your insurance is wrong, the first thing they do is they go, oh, we don't take your insurance anymore, you got to go somewhere else, okay? Sorry.
I knew somebody with that same problem.
What does that mean?
This week.
Right.
They went to places, we don't take that insurance, we don't take that insurance.
Well, what places do take my insurance?
So you know what's crazy? When I
There
did
we go,
case
solution.
Yeah.
what I used to do is, what's your insurance? Oh, it's Molina, whatever. Let me make a call. Hey, this is insurance, Robin. Whatever the insurance is. Doesn't matter who the insurance is. Usually fee for service takes a lot of people to different places, but no one knows what they take. Silver Summit, some people take Silver Summit, some people don't. But here's the thing. You know or if you don't know, right? So you make a call. For God's sakes, make a call. If I go, well, we don't take it, man. Have a good day, all right? I hope you get better. The hell did that just do? But if I call and go, okay, so you have this place, and this place, yeah. And you recommend them? Perfect. I'm going to give them a call. I appreciate you. Right from the insurance company. And I'm going to call that number.
Right.
I'm not going to go, hey, call these. No, I'm going to call that number. You're in the room. I'm going to call that number. And I'm going to say, hey, I have this gentleman. This is insurance. We don't take it anymore, but I want to make sure he has a safe place to go to get the help that they need. Can you take them? Oh, what's their name? And da-da-da. And then he's in the room. Yes, they are. Oh, hey, can I talk to you? Okay, that's how it usually goes. And then they get the information. Okay, can you come in tomorrow at, say, like 2 o'clock? Yes. Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Right. That comes from experience, though, too. You being a case manager and knowing.
It doesn't. It
knowing
comes from having the right mindset.
Yeah.
It does not matter if you're a case manager, if you're in this business, it does not matter. Because let me tell you, when you were growing up, Mama called everybody for you to make your appointment.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
You didn't call yourself, hey, yeah, I'm ache. I need to make an appointment. No one did that shit. Okay? So for me, it's like, you know that the right thing with common sense is to make that call to help these people. Because I'll tell you what, if it was your family member, you would have made the call, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But because it's just some stranger who gives a shit, you don't take their insurance, you don't call.
Right.
That's shitty.
That's the difference between like a person that actually cares versus not, and then making sure these resources are available to everybody, because some people might not know what they need.
That's
You know what I'm
that
saying?
us being
Above
in
and
that
beyond.
lifestyle too.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing, too. If you're in this
Give
field,
somebody some help, right?
let's just say you're in this field, right? And if you're in this field, you know people in this field.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
You know people who do certain things in this field.
Yes.
Right.
So if you don't ask, because you're like, hey, what do you actually need? But I don't want to send you away. What do you actually need? I need this, this, this. Let me make a call real quick. I think I
Yeah.
know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing that just last week. I called Will. I was at Freedom House. I had some people go to West Care, all that. But it was like somebody had a number for me to call if they didn't have no solution for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And there again, it goes back to connection, right? We're all interconnected in this recovery field, in this community, and it's amazing, really, what resources do come out of this, and the phone numbers you get, and the people you make, and networking for the whole process. If I need something, I know where to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
But that comes through knowing and learning this process.
I've had people come back to me and say, hey, John, I remember you don't take my insurance, but I went to that place, and they said, yeah, and then they really didn't do anything. This is all they did. Am I missing something? Is it something
Yeah,
I
they might
did?
have told them to wait a week or it's
something.
It's a waiting list or and
So
they
for
still
me,
out there.
For me, it's like, okay, hold on, let me do a call. The one thing that when you talk about offices and businesses and stuff like that, all the door is always open. You always hear that bullshit ass statement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because most offices I worked in, them doors were closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, it's like my door's always open, even if I don't take your insurance. Okay, because I don't need you making a poor choice because people are ignoring your need.
Mm-hmm.
So let me check it out, bro. Don't worry about it. Come on. And I'll do it on purpose because you know what? It's a direct reflection of myself. You know, and I want to help you. And people don't realize that I've had some people, sad stories, I've had people actually die or commit suicide or overdose because nobody would help them.
Yeah, you never know what somebody
Right.
else going through really, like mentally.
Correct.
Like for real.
Correct.
So turning your back on them, that could be ending their situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seriously.
And what you just said happened to me personally because that's who I was. I was that guy. You stared at me and were like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know? But no, that wasn't me. Now I'm like, it's going to be okay. Whatever it is, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about a thing.
Right.
I don't care if you're mad at me. I want you to know that.
Right.
Because if you're so mad, something happened. I don't know about it. You know about it. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And I walk away. Now I walk away. Before I was like,
now
Now.
I walk away.
before I think he's punching in the mouth real quick. That's why I thought it had to happen. But it's not the answer, and it's not the answer at all. And I've learned so much from this field while I'm helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
learning experience. So for me, it's taking these people, and I'm going to say this right now. These people are not billing numbers. They're human beings.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they're human beings. And what saddens my heart is that we have shelters for pets. Oh, the poor dog.
Care more
That
about
poor
pets than
cat.
people.
Yeah. That dog could bite you, but he doesn't know. He doesn't understand that's why it would happen. It's okay. Well, that guy could rob you. He's a drug addict. Well, he doesn't know. It's all he knows. It's okay. No one says that shit.
Nah, no one
Nobody
ever says
gonna
that.
say that.
Nobody says that
You got a
shit.
spot for that guy for sure.
So let's go get the husky and leave that guy on the street. Let's just do that.
Come on,
Right.
man.
Okay, so it doesn't work that way. It needs to work that way.
True that.
It needs to work that way. My other thing too is, and this is something I'm personally working on now, we have so many issues, even like, I want to save pets, I want to save people, I want to save anybody who wants to be saved. I can't save them all, I know that.
Yeah.
I hate that thought, but I know that. But why can't we accompany them both? We don't have enough workers and volunteers to help. Why can't people in addiction help? Why can't they help each other? From fur to human, to help them transition together. Why are we not doing this? Am I
Right.
confused? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I don't know.
Probably have better turnout for both of them if you put
Yeah.
them together.
Yeah, because well, we can't hire these people. For what? You don't need to. I got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
People in recovery are always willing to be of service.
Well, yeah, because it's the compassion. They've been through these same struggles, right? And they when they get to a certain point, like they have the compassion, like, hey, you know what? I used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like ourselves were initially helping out there. And even if it's not, though, like they're human beings, like you're saying, human beings. We're helping them get the resources that they need. So I think that's a good thing. And right.
That's a big thing. Like when
Yeah.
we go and do outreach, right? Do some of these programs. It's I would go in, but my dog. I would go in, but I have my cat here. You know what I mean? And there's no place to house those animals, to shelter them, and that's a big deterrent.
100%.
Yeah,
There's a
one of
lot
my
of
I've had this
people.
dog for 7 years. I can't just live without him. They don't know any other way. Just like, you know what I mean?
I know
And
some
through
people
some-
that
yeah.
don't want to get sober because they cat.
So
They
here's
take
a
their
crazy,
cat with 'em.
and we just had this conversation. I had this conversation like 2 weeks ago, and developing a nonprofit for it right now. Working with some great people, and it's actually to keep your animal and not lose your animal, and use your animal as part of your treatment process.
Right.
So now you can transition your life and never lose your family member.
That's right.
So there'll be a picture of the two of you. Like they say you and your dog, right?
Right.
There'll be a picture of the two of you on the kennel for your animal. It's yours.
That's cool.
Okay.
Man.
So you'll go in there, you'll clean it, you'll feed it, you'll clean the kennel, you'll do the work, transition each other's life, knowing it's in a safe place. No one can harm it, no one can take it. And then when you transition your life, you get to take your family member home.
Well, that's such a great idea. I never used, because that's like there's so many people out there from like
That won't go into housing because of
of their
Yeah.
pets. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Correct.
That's like I would say that's like at least like a third of all the people out there. There's a big chunk of people out there and their pets.
Yeah, they told me no, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Like, I can't take my dog, I can't take my cats, I can't take my... Oh yeah, 100%.
Uh-huh.
I have literally broke my own rules and said, bring the dog in, just bring the dog into the room.
Mhm.
It's happened. You know, and because I feel bad because, you know,
Give
I
them a
know
chance.
sometimes that's your only best friend.
Right.
Unconditional.
That's the one person that didn't harm you in any way,
No
doesn't
matter
want to.
what you do, they really gonna
They
be there.
right
for you.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how good or bad you doing, he gonna be right there.
Yeah, right there, man.
Absolutely. So let me just say this. We're going to move on from agencies. I just want to say, agencies, wake up. Please, wake up. Okay? Let's jump into housing real quick.
Housing.
We jumped a little bit of housing earlier. What is the biggest nightmare in housing? From a clinical perspective to a client perspective.
Okay, I'm not a clinician, but I would say the clinicians really just worry about people getting to class,
Okay?
right?
Okay.
Are they doing the things that's going to satisfy insurance for them to bill them?
Right, right. And I will say I agree with the completion of care. I do.
Mhm.
No completion of care means you're not going to be completed as a
Absolutely.
whole.
Yeah.
But there's got to be ways around it. Is there some kind of in-home? Is there something we can do? Bounce it back and forth instead of seeing you in the house or in the office. There's got to be a ways around things, right?
Yeah, there's gotta be a way to maneuver. Maybe like because like we spoke about earlier, these guys, they want to get jobs, right? But they gotta go to class 3 times a week.
Right.
Maybe a makeup class on Saturday or hold it, you know what I mean? There's ways to work around it. Maybe an evening time class because most time it's 9 to 5 and the clinicians are there and that's the only time classes are available. But maybe a way to work around that schedule to help these guys out.
But
to get on
what's
their
the
feet.
time frame? Because I know
Like
like the
completion?
guys that are there for 30 days, that's the issue. But if they're there for 90 days, maybe like take that 30 days and focus on the classes, and then that next 60 days, that's like your window to like start looking for work. You know, so cause I know some guys that do 30 days crash course in there, and that's a lot of stress. Like I got
Yeah.
there's no way I can find a job, and I got to go to classes 3-4 times a week.
I was at a place before that was like you were in there 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And but you're out in the afternoon. So I mean, and I think that part for first in the morning is the best part because you got some managers in the morning and some managers in the evening. You don't know when they're going to be there.
Mhm.
You know, so that's another big part too. What else? Like maybe from a client perspective,
The biggest issue is got to be the food.
food.
For sure. I'm been saying.
It's always the food.
People come in and they burnt out their food stamps or they don't have food stamps and they're coming right off the street and they don't have access to food. Even though we have the resources to the food banks, they don't want to actually go there and get it or whatever the case is. And
We were just talking about that too.
It could create a hostile dynamic.
Man, I'm
within the
so
house.
hungry. Here's some free food. Oh, I don't want to go down there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, listen, I gotta maintain my figure. I need to
Yeah.
get my ass to the food
Yeah,
bank.
man.
Okay, I mean straight up. So the thing is you know you gotta eat.
Yeah.
You gotta eat. You know, but a lot of people do that though. They will complain but won't do the work to bring it home.
I think that's when people get into the program and they come up with a case plan with their case manager. If a case plan implement, okay, what about your food and how you go because people don't know how to manage their life when they're on the streets. It's like it's re-entry. They re-entering into the community and they restarting everything. Like he used to go blow his food stamps every month.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So now he don't know what to do with them. Like case managers need to talk to these people about maintaining their hygiene, their food, all that. Even though they probably don't want to be told that, they have to be told that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
they can take a real square look at themselves now. Things have
Right.
changed. You don't live like that no more.
And I think that's another thing too for me. I got into a few people that weren't doing their part, and I'm a real jerk about mine. I don't sugarcoat nothing, none of that shit.
Got you.
I don't. Because the guy's like, well, that's so far to go down there to get food or to get this or get that. I said, is it? Yeah, it's far. Like, do you not know where it's at? I know exactly where it is. I gave you the directions.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know where it's at. Okay? So for me, they're like, well, it's far. And then they'll tell you, you know what, you just don't understand, man. You're not one of us. You know what? You're right. I really don't understand. Well, that's what it is then. I don't understand you.
How bad you want it?
And he's like, what? So let me ask you a question. You won't travel for food, but you're hungry. You won't travel for your bus pass because it's too far. Or you won't go here to a job because that's too far. Right. How far of a travel did you take to get your fix?
I did more for less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
How much work did you put in to get that fix? Because I know some of the shit that goes on in the community. I've heard some shit.
Yeah.
So tell me how much work you've done for that, but you won't feed yourself.
I think that's why.
I'll wait. And I do that. I go like this, I'll wait.
Right.
I got time. It's fine.
I think that's.
They're looking like I'm a fucking idiot. But they sit there like they're thinking. I know you're thinking. I can see you're thinking. So I go, listen, I'm glad you processed all that quietly. Now go get your food. And I walk away.
Yeah. They gotta have
Because there's no excuse. None.
None.
None. Listen, I am that guy. I'm a food guy. I love food. I got to calm it down. I've been calming it down. Let me tell you this. Look, I will drive from Centennial Hills all the way to Silverado Ranch in Eastern to eat pizza.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
How
That's
bad
a
you want
drive.
Hey,
I hate all that 215.
it? Yeah.
I know about it.
And yeah, I'm driving. I get that. But damn it, that's the pizza I like, and it's way the hell out there. And you won't bring one to my area.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
that. There's a certain sandwich I want, not near my house.
Right.
Yeah.
All I got is fast food crap.
Right.
Right? So, listen, when you want something, you'll put the time and the work in to go get it.
Absolutely.
You cannot have an excuse.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Any length.
Any
Just
length.
How bad do you want it and what are you willing to go through to get it?
100%. 100%. So, now, second chances. I want to touch on this one last. Because I feel like, and I hate to say it, I think a lot of people don't have a second chance. I think that depending on what you've done, between addiction or any criminal element that you've gone through, people look at that. And a lot of people sit and they say, no, we're a second chance company. We'll hire everybody. It's okay. Your past is your past, which is a crock of shit. The reason why I say it's a crock of shit is because, you know what? Companies are insured. All right? This all started with the marijuana thing. Well, you can smoke marijuana now. So can I work the forklift at Home Depot? I was actually present for that conversation.
No.
This guy was high as shit when he was there. And I'm like, he goes, I really want to work lumber and brought the forklift and this and that. And his eyes were slanted. And I'm like, I'm not going to be in that lumber section.
Yeah, no way.
So my thing is, look, smoke your weed, I don't give a shit. But the thing is, like, I don't think you should work a forklift. I'm just my personal. I mean, you can pick up the boards and move them. I'll let you do that.
Sounds logical.
There's that. So the thing is, it's funny because this guy was all over the place and he was getting mad and yelling at these people. You don't understand weed. We can smoke weed. Here's the problem. On insurance, if you have a person who uses, you hire someone who uses, you gotta actually put that down. That this is a high risk employee that you hired. This causes more problems and more expenses for the company.
Uses what we talking about? Substances or MAT medications?
Either way,
Okay.
it's a high risk.
Okay.
You're under something, right? So, for example, if you can get a DWI using it, should you be working in one of my areas of my company as a high risk? You couldn't drive here to get here, but can I let you work at a department? No.
No.
No. So the thing is so a lot of these companies, they go, oh, we're going to look at it, we'll give you a call back, whatever, and then they go, oh no, we went with someone else that seemed to fit more of the department that we needed. Thank you so much. We'll keep your application on file. Mm-hmm. And that's how they bypass that whole, we hired because it's weed. Or Matt. Mm-hmm. That's what they do. Because it's a high risk. Everything for a buck, no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, mind you, I get it, because here's what happens. I think from a business perspective. Let's say that guy smoked weed and he decided, I don't give a shit. It's morning time, it's wake and bake, and I'm going to go to work and I'm on my forklift and move lumber. I got somebody in the wood aisle and I just dropped lumber on top of a customer.
Oof.
Now you're double screwed. Nobody wants to deal with that.
No, absolutely not.
However, though, I'm not talking about it for that reason. The second chance thing for me is I feel that there's a lot of things. Even with housing, there's a second chance thing too. It sucks because when you're transitioning, if you want a job, they look at your background and think, oh my God, this guy's robbed somebody, he's going to rob me. Right? He went to jail for whatever years. Right? Oh, this guy had an assault. Someone, he assaulted somebody. You weren't there. You don't know what happened, but he got the charge. It could have been something completely opposite. You wouldn't know.
Right.
But he assaulted. So he might assault one of my staff or a customer or something.
Okay.
You see? Yeah. So now all this second chance stuff goes right out the window. And instead of saying, hey, instead of like, listen, I look at your background. You got burglary. You assaulted somebody. What happened? Tell me what happened. Be straight up. Well, this guy was running his mouth. I probably should have ignored it. And I didn't. I got loud back. He got closer, and I beat the shit out of him. That's really what happened. I probably should have just kept my mouth shut and just ignored it, and I didn't. That's what happened then. What about the burglary? I had a drug problem, man, and you know what? Selling shit's easy to get my fix, and that's when some people became a victim. It was my fault. It was my past choices. Unfortunately, that's what I went through. All right, cool. You gonna rob me? That would be me in an interview. You gonna rob me? No, I'm not gonna rob you. Are you gonna assault me or a customer? Because I might talk some shit if you piss me off. You gonna assault me? Huh?
No.
No. Are you sure? Yeah. What are you talking about? All right, cool. When can you start? Let's give this a second chance. That's how it should happen. How can you tell somebody to have a second chance if you won't even give them the option to have one?
Right. So I've actually have criminal record. Possession charges, forgery, identity theft, assault charges, all that stuff.
You have all that?
All that.
I didn't check it. You're fired.
Dude, I've drove for RTC even with all that stuff.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Well, RTC has its own problems.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So they have transparency is big. They did ask me questions like that too, and I was open and honest. But moving forward though, what I did to surpass these things, because I never really been hindered from my criminal record from the jobs that I wanted to obtain, because I took the effort to get skills, right? Like Employee NV was a place through a program. Yeah. They offer, hey, you want welding, you want a forklift certification, you want to get these skills. So I would put the effort and get these skills, get these OSHA cards, get these forklift certs, just to move forward to on a new path.
Yeah.
And then try to be honest about my past stuff, not continuing to engage in those types of behavior, right? And I've never had an issue trying to find employment. So I think it's a big thing though, people being honest, like when you're saying being honest about it, being transparent, and trying to move towards putting in the work, most importantly, to move forward on a different path, so giving them that opportunity though too. But are they going to be honest or not? Are they going to engage? What are they trying to do?
And that's the one thing too. So with second chance with employment is very important. I want you this second chance. You know who used to, well, they had a second chance, they stopped that, was the state disposal company, the waste company out here. They used to have second chance. They didn't care if you came out of prison or not. You could serve 20 years, I'll hire you. And they were coming out making like $40 an hour. So I wonder if prison came out $40 an hour back then.
Man.
Tell you what. But here's what happened. This guy wasn't smart, wasn't brilliant at all. And he decided, I'm going to steal the garbage truck while he was at work.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that's a hell of a vehicle to hide on the street.
Right.
So when that happened, they took away the second chance.
Yeah.
These things do happen. But, the thing is if you give a second chance for employment. Now, if you give a second chance for employment, here's the other part, too, that bothers me, too. When you're trying to get independent living, you need an apartment. You go, oh, no, second chance. But second chance isn't what you think it is. Mm-hmm. They do a background check. Like, oh, yeah, I'm not having this fucking person.
Yeah.
And then you have this big problem. So now you can't get an apartment.
I know all about it.
And then you're paying the fees, and you're paying the fees. And you already know they're going to get the fee. Mm-hmm. And you keep trying, hoping that one of these apartments are going to say yes.
You're talking about application fees
Yes.
and all that stuff. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I'm just giving away money, dude.
All day long, and they know it. They know it.
Man.
Oh, I have a record. I have this thing that goes, oh, don't worry, we'll put it through. You'll be fine. And then, oh, they didn't pass. You got your fee.
Yeah.
I think it's a crock of shit, personally, too.
Yeah.
Okay? So let me ask you a question. Why do we do that? Why can't we have housing that already has the second chance is already done with no fee, and you get your pet?
What's the How do we get that? Is that something?
All right, listen.
Break it down.
I'm not trying to show myself off a little bit. But here's the deal. So Melina, for example, is going to be doing the first and last month to get into an apartment for independent living.
Really?
Yes. The problem is getting approved. Because apartments ain't going to do that shit. They don't want certain people. However, if you go through the housing situation, you are my second chance.
So initially, the compliance with the engagement in the program, right? How well are you doing? Are you receptive? Are you taking the steps?
3 levels of strength.
Ooh, that's amazing.
The strength you come in to get the help, and you go through it. You're in housing with no faults. You're compliant with care. You got a job. You did all the work you're supposed to. You put the work in, man.
Right.
Right.
Your largest strength is me handing you the keys to your own individual apartment.
Right.
And it's yours. You can pay for it. You got the money. We adjust the funds. So you have your own independent place to live. You got a dog, bring the dog with you. No fees, no application, no background check, no nothing. Here's your keys. Congratulations. That's your largest strength.
That's
Oh,
a game
man.
changer right there. That's a big time game changer.
I feel like that would drive the success rate way up because there's
Right.
oh my God, it's like such a huge barrier. That's such a huge barrier, especially with the housing. People are like that, and some people have a criminal record and never even paid rent or never even had
Well, I know
credit or
that.
anything.
I dealt with a guy like that. He goes, "You got to pay your rent." He goes, "Oh no, it's about these Jordans."
Yeah,
And he was that guy. Like he goes, "How much were the Jordans? How much rent money you got?"
right,
Well, see, what happened was, it doesn't work that way.
right.
You know, but the thing is we got to teach them. But the thing is, that's a part of the treatment. It should be
Right.
teaching people. The thing is, second chance to be around the globe on every little thing. If you put in the work, here's your congratulations. Because that's what it is. A lot of people, you do the work, you get a certificate. You graduate. Here's a
A
certificate.
piece of paper. Yeah.
You got your piece of, it's not just a piece of paper.
Hey, okay, yeah.
It's a great thing. You
It's
earned
a good
it.
thing
You
to
earned
do,
it.
yeah.
You earned it. It's an achievement.
Right,
You
right.
earned it. But to get something that powerful,
That's a lot of substance right there. That, you know what
That's
I mean?
it.
Yeah.
that
That can
powerful.
set you up for success.
Yes.
It'll
You
want-
can set
it'll drive
people
you
up
be
to get them
successful.
some furniture to get them started.
Teach them how to live a good quality life that maybe they've never had before.
And
you know?
unlock your own door.
Yeah. Having your own key, man.
Holy shit.
Yes.
You know, and that's what it's really, really all about. So, all right, guys, I think this was a great show. I think we got a lot of information out today. You guys have done a lot. Now, here's my question on addiction in 2 weeks. So not this Sunday coming up, but the following Sunday. Believing at 10 a.m. Okay. Who would like to do the individual meet? Or do a couple of you want to come in? I could do a couple. We could actually shorten them down a little bit. If all 3 of you wanted to be here, I could shorten down the episodes a little bit. So you guys are here for 3 hours. And then we can kind of get into play. I'll make sure the timing's right for a partner over here. But who would like to come in and talk in 2 weeks about their personal journey?
I would.
Give me a time and a day and I'm available.
2 weeks on a Sunday.
2 weeks on Sunday.
I said like twice.
I'm available. Give me a time. Give me a time.
I said 10 a.m.
Okay, 10 a.m. right.
Come on, man.
That's that accountability. If I'm asked to be somewhere, I'll be there. So
It's always
yeah,
here.
Sunday.
It's always here.
All right.
It's always here.
I'm in.
Yeah, count me in.
Do you all want to be here in 2 weeks? All 3 of you. We'll do 3 separate episodes. We'll put them out. He'll do the editing. We'll get everything taken care of, and you guys will be here to tell your journey. The starting point to the ending point and how you're going to control it. What are you going to do? What's going to change it? What's not going to change it?
All right, I'm excited to share this.
Yeah.
It's gonna, yeah, man. It's like the point, like asking the why behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The journey. That's what it's always. It's
Yeah.
always about the journey. I will say that, and I will keep saying that. It's always about the journey. So, you know, I want your story, not why you use. I want your story.
Right.
So, you guys are all in 2 weeks.
I'm
Yeah.
in.
Be here.
You all heard it first. Right here on Addiction in 2 weeks. We got all 3 gentlemen showing up. We'll do separate episodes on their journey. You can hear their story from the starting point to the success, everything they've done. Agencies, wake up. Insurance, wake up. Everybody in housing, please wake up. All right, let's get this thing going. Let's keep it going. Thank you for going to Addiction and enjoy your Sunday.